What is going on, guys? It's Sparks here, and welcome to another video on The Crew. If you are tuning in now and you kind of don't know what The Crew is, it's an open world racing game published by Ubisoft, but it is being made by Ivory Tower. So far it is pretty great, and what you guys are seeing right now is I was just at the garage, one of the first or the only garage that I was able to get to in the beta, because I didn't progress as far. But once you get to a garage, you're able to get your first car, your first official car that is yours after a specific storyline event. And one of the coolest things that I thought about this game was they're allowing you to test drive each vehicle before you actually play, or you choose that car. Sorry. That to me is a huge feature. I mean, there's not many other racing games where I've played where they allow you to use that vehicle. Now, in a few seconds, a few seconds, you'll get to see all the different kinds of vehicles that you get offered in this first section here. Now, I end up choosing the Camaro. This is the Challenger. This car handles really well. I just didn't really like the look of it, so I went with the Camaro. Now, here's the car dealership. And you get access to a few cars right off the bat. So we have the Camaro, we have the 370Z. This next one is the Ford Mustang GT 2011, and the last one is the 2012 Dodge Challenger SRT 8. So I end up test driving the Camaro before I decide that I want it. The only downfall I see so far right now with the way the beta plays out is that when you test drive a vehicle, you need to complete 3 solid laps with that vehicle in order to go back to the garage. I wish there was a way to just exit out of it and go back to the garage immediately, because what if after a lap and a half I decide I really like that vehicle? I think they should give you that option, but who knows? It was a beta. They'll probably add that in the final version. This car handles differently. It's got a looser handling, if I could say so myself. I'm not really too knowledgeable on the terms used to describe handling, but it's in its base or stock form, you could really lose control of this vehicle because it has loose handling. I mean, if you were to swerve in and out, let's say incoming and oncoming traffic, you could definitely lose control of the vehicle. And you'll see in a few seconds, just when I'm about to round one of the corners in the later area of this track, I end up losing control of the vehicle and hitting a tree. But thankfully the damage models in this vehicle make it so that, you know, the game keeps the integrity of the vehicle itself. Right after this in the game, you get to pretty much do your first race with your first vehicle, and that's basically racing the girl who got you out of jail. I won't really ruin the story because I don't know how much of it is gonna change, and if you're a car person and you really like car-based games with a great story, I think this one has potential. So As well, there is crew credits. I don't know if I talked about this before in my last video, but each car and part and different unlocks you can unlock with regular cash or crew credits or crew currency, one of the two. I forget the official name of it. It seems that the price for purchasing a vehicle with crew credits is significantly lower, but I'm assuming getting crew credits is going to take a lot longer. Now, you will see me pull up to the car tuner. Now, the car tuner is unlike the car dealership because the car tuner will allow you to customize your vehicle. Now, the customization in this game is fairly great. I mean, each vehicle has a different spec, or different specs they can achieve for different purposes. Now you'll see street, dirt, perf, raid, and circuit. These are all the different specs that the current vehicle I have can perform. Right now we are selecting the street kit, and I will go ahead and modify every aspect I can of this vehicle. Now when you modify a vehicle for a different spec, it automatically takes a specific structure. For the street vehicle, it looks the same. But for example, the dirt vehicle will, let's say, have a wide body kit. It will be raised, larger tires, stuff like that. I mean, sorry, maybe that's the raid version. The dirt version is more for like drifting. And I'll have upcoming videos later showing you from the beta the different versions of vehicles that you'll get to play as, because a few of the races that you get to race in, you're not using your stock vehicle. I think that's for the purpose of the beta, just to give you an idea without having to progress really far how that would work. So I think the first vehicle I got to use was a raid vehicle, then a dirt vehicle. The raid vehicle was a Porsche. It sort of looked like just a regular Porsche, not even a Cayenne. The dirt vehicle I got to use was a Skyline, a GTR Skyline, which was pretty cool. Now, I was playing here with the interiors, and I didn't really see much of a difference. I think they haven't put in all the presets for them. And a lot of these bumpers as well, like, I think they're just very subtle differences, like lighting or the grill or the bottom grill area there. So I ended up going with one that I think was vastly different, which I think might be that one. Nope, I was wrong. So you can change the front grille. So the front bumper, the back bumper, the side skirts. You can change the I forget what they're called, but they're that area around your wheel. Fender? Yes, front fender, back fender. The thing with the front fender and back fender is they weren't available for changing in this one. So, and a lot of the parts that I put on my vehicle, some of the areas, they were just the same. There's only 2 options I got. So I'm assuming you get to unlock more of these parts somehow. But again, it was a beta, so they didn't really have much. Now, after fully customizing my vehicle, I decided that I didn't want it to be white. And I went with the carbon fiber hood. And I changed the color to orange. I'm pretty sure I do. And there's different types of paints. I didn't realize there was like more than just the regular style of paints. I was kind of disappointed looking at the first paints and going, oh man, that kind of sucks. Like, that's the only options I get. And then I found the metallic paints and I'm like, oh my god, look at all the options. This is amazing. So I end up going with this color here. And yeah, and we're on our way to go. So performance-wise, you can edit the performance of your car, but you have to, so far from what I've played, you have to win the parts. You don't just have the parts, you unlock them by winning events and races, and you can either immediately attach them to your vehicle or send them to your headquarters, and then go to your headquarters and modify your vehicle. Again, I will have footage of all that stuff later, and you'll get to see what I mean by parts being won versus you know, just unlocked. And I think you can win different variances of part depending on what place you come in. So in some of these little you know, the events that are marked as triangles there, those are just you know, street events. They're not really races. They're like, oh, hit all the, you know, hit all the things, or jump off this place and, you know, jump off this ramp and get a specific distance, and we'll give you a rating of bronze, silver, or gold. You can do those, and sometimes depending on what you know, what you place in, you'll get a better version of that part. But here we're headed to our first race, and we're gonna beat whatever her name is, Zoe, I think. We're gonna beat her ass. Yeah, Zoe. So as you can see there, it said first place, second place, third place, and you saw the gold, bronze, and silver. You'll get parts for winning. So after this race, which was a fairly easy race,
You know the deal. Here's the fine print. We're going
I end up winning a part, and I'm pretty sure I immediately attach it to my vehicle. Now, one thing you won't see me do here that I end up discovering later on is my vehicle has NOS, and I did not realize it had any sort of a boost feature. I'm not sure if that's stock on all vehicles or it was something that I've done because of the kit that I'm using, the street kit. But I know when I played a vehicle in the raid kit is when I discovered that we had NOS to use. So I won this entire race without using any sort of speed boost because I didn't really know about it. This game so far, my initial impressions are, it's very, it has impressed me. I literally had no hope for this game, thinking after the first trailer they ever showed and showing some gameplay that it was just going to be some generic racing game that, you know, they put out. And I was kind of disappointed, and once I got into the beta and started playing it, I was pleasantly surprised. Another feature I will say I wish they will change in the final version is when you are on the road and you are, if you're on the road just what do you call it, just free roaming, and there's other people online around you, for some reason the default mode of the game is to put everybody's mic on, and so you'll be, you know, in a lobby kind of thing or in the area with people whose mics are just really loud and they're not even talking, like it sounds like there's a fan. So as you guys can see here, I won a part and I auto equip it to my vehicle, which increases my vehicle's rating, and this is the lowdown of all the, you know, money and experience that I won from this race. But I want to thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.